It's gonna take a moment. Oh. Has it shown up yet on your end? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh, Lana Sanchez is live now. I see people. Hello. I see live people. Hello, Linda. Let me do this. Hello, Timothy. Welcome, Patricia. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all made it through. Hello, Paige. Made it through all the eating yesterday. I know some are eating today too. And we are live. Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Beck. You almost ready? Are you almost ready?
Episode 61, right?
Yes. asking me?
Yes. I haven't been here for like 5-6 weeks.
It's been a long time. I know. YouTube is a 16-second delay. Wow. I didn't know that. You guys hear me okay? I don't see any pixelating, so it looks pretty clear, which is awesome. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome. They know you're here. Someone said hello, Valkyrie. Want to peek your head, half your head? Stacy said hello. Stacy Stein. See right here where it says Stacy Stein?
I can see that.
She said hello, Valkyrie. Huh? Say hello, Stacy.
Hello, Stacy.
You gotta go like this. All right, so you ready? We're gonna greet because we got like 8 people. Let's start greeting.
Oh, right now.
All right.
There's gotta be more people.
No, that's good. This is good. Let's go. Let's start. Come on.
Welcome to the Mog TV Coffee Clutch, episode 61.
Awesome. Good morning. What you want to wait?
Yeah, I wait. You have to wait for everyone.
That was just a rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
So well done, though. That was really nice. We're going to wait a little longer to let some more people come in.
Everybody's putting wows and
because it's you. You're so awesome.
It's me.
And so humble, too. Oh, man. It's good. It's good. I'm glad you're not nervous. I'm nervous.
Why?
For you.
You should be nervous for yourself. You have a lot to say.
Yeah, I do. Somebody I know says I can talk a lot.
Yeah, me.
Hello, Heather. Welcome. Thank you, Ted. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. New glasses. Z, are those new glasses?
Yeah.
You have to say it.
New glasses.
Hello, Yasmin. Good morning. All right. You want to do your intro again because we got to.
Yeah, there's only 8 people still.
It's the day after Thanksgiving. We're not gonna have a lot of people.
You gotta wait a few minutes.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait. This is gonna be the episode of Z's intros.
Now there's 9. Oh, 8 again.
We're not gonna have a lot of people today. It's the day after Thanksgiving. People are recovering from the food that they ate yesterday, or recovering from all the work they had to do yesterday to prepare the food. So it's going to be one of the two. It's going to be a low. I'm saying it's going to be low. It could be more, but I'm sure a lot of people didn't even think we're going to have a show today because it's the day after.
Next week.
Who's that?
Peaches.
Why is Peaches looking so scruffy?
It's because he just has a lot of dust
Okay.
everywhere.
We had a great Thanksgiving. It was awesome. Hello, Audrey. Welcome. Yeah, that's the bottom. Don't show that. We had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Very quiet. Not too much excitement. It was good. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. And like I said in the post yesterday, I mean, every day for us is Thanksgiving, so we're grateful every day. Who's been holding Peaches?
Me.
Right now, Z's holding Peaches.
Because he's dusty.
She says he's a little dusty.
He's been there for 2 weeks, just sitting around.
So, welcome, Audrey. Hello. All right, I'm going to start. You guys, you want to do your intro now?
Okay. Welcome to Mog TV Coffee Clutch, episode 61.
Yeah, I like that. You should just record that. All right. So let's start with the shout outs. Okay, hello to everyone who's on YouTube. Hello, Gail. Welcome. You want to bring a bench and just have a seat and relax? Hello, Gail. Welcome. So shout out to everyone on YouTube. If you're on YouTube watching us, welcome. Instagram. So we're on @BenPeaches. I've been putting up posts @BenPeaches. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram @BenPeaches. We're there. put up excerpts and quotes from the books. Right now, currently, I'm doing some bullet ballet, I think, or bangers and mash, depending on what I'm currently working on. But sometimes I'll go back and put up other excerpts. But go follow us on Instagram at Bitten Peaches. Find us. M&S, our ZAZZLE stuff. We have ZAZZLE swag. I like that ZAZZLE spot. So Dolly's been putting stuff up. We got a lot of new stuff, and now after this book, Bullet Ballet, there's going to be a huge demand for the Way of the Bug.
Yes,
So Dolly's gonna have to come up with the Way of the Bug. So we'll have to figure out a way to create some stuff for the Way of the Bug. I don't know what that looks like, but we'll have to create it. Way of the Bug. I don't know what that is. But go to ZAZZLE and look up our M&S store and get yourself some swag. Dolly's been putting up some amazing... Dolly, our lead designer, has been putting up some amazing stuff on ZAZZLE. When you go to ZAZZLE, don't forget to use our link. Dolly, I think, put it up. Did you put it up on the room? She'll put the link here too. Put the link here too, just in case. Oh, Malcolm, so you're not staying. Oh, yeah, if you have the booster... For those of you that have the booster and you're recovering, I'm glad you got the booster, but, you know, get yourself some rest. Hello, Tammy, welcome. So go to ZAZZLE. Dolly will put the link. Use our it's a referral link, right? The referral link. We don't have any new people. Awesome. It features Dex, the Morrigan, and that's all I can tell you, unless you're part of Patreon. Sorry. But it's really good, and it's actually fairly long for a Patreon story. I put out a newsletter. So we put out a newsletter this month, and it was pretty awesome. I got a lot of responses, so I'm going to try and keep using the Bite of the Peach format. It was mainly a mix of what's currently happening, what's in production, asking some questions, and we got some good responses from it. So I'm going to keep doing at least once a month we'll have the newsletter, okay? Malcolm, I know you're not staying, but feel better. I mean, thank you for being here, too. So, yeah. So let me just get through the announcements real quick, and then we'll get into Bullet Ballet. So... we have the newsletter went out this month, which is great. And BookBub, we still have, I don't know, I think like 400 people. So go to BookBub and find us and follow, please. And Binge Books or Bebo, they recently did a spotlight on some authors. I'm one of them. So just go to Binge Books, locate us, and, follow, leave your reviews, leave your stories about what you read and, quick review. Okay, so Bullet Ballet. Let's talk Bullet Ballet. Initially, it was supposed to be 25K. So let me see who came in. Cynthia came in. Hello, Cynthia. Tanya came in. Hello, Tanya. So it was supposed to be 25K. And it currently sits at, I'll tell you in a moment. Can't tell you from here. 32K. So it did go a bit feral. Yes. And yeah, Binge Books, Chris. Oh, no, it was recently on, what's it called? Indie Author Source. I had an interview there. You guys might have seen it. And so it's going to be up on YouTube. And there's a link somewhere. Chris might be able to find the link. We'll be there. So check out that interview. Hello, Wendy. Good morning. A side journal. Yeah, The Way of the Bug. That's going to be a little tough to... I don't know. What are you going to create for The Way of the Bug? I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'll ask our cover designer. Maybe they can come up with a bug that we can use, like a scarab or something. We'll look into it. Yeah, Carter Novels is so it's Rob and Joan Carter. They're the ones who run it, and they have these interviews. They interview indie authors and they promote indie authors. They do this free of charge. They're amazing people. They just want to help out authors. So we try to support them as much as we can, get the word out about their shows. They're actually really international. They've been They're featured in Bangladesh and all over the place. I mean, their show really does go international, so it's amazing. Yeah. So, what did you guys think of those of you who read, who shredded? I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't shredded. What did you guys think of Bullet Ballet? One, or what was your favorite character? If it wasn't Bug, because my favorite character obviously is Bug. So, and yes, Sarah, happy day after Thanksgiving for all of you that celebrate Thanksgiving and ate a lot yesterday and are recovering today. Ted came and asked, is Bug getting extra energy from Porter? No, she doesn't need any extra energy. She's dangerous on her own. So, yeah. We have a lot of stuff to get to. Well, not a lot, but we have a bunch of stuff to get to. Bug, then Porter. I'm seeing a lot of people. Okay, so when I first introduced the story, it was going to be mostly Porter, and it still is mostly Porter because it's Porter's story. Bug quickly took over. I don't want to say she took over the story, but she doesn't dominate it, but she kind of gets equal billing. If Porter is the conscience of the story, Bug would be the heart of this story. And so she's very much central to what happens in the experiences here. And she's also the first one that wants to kind of default to violence. So Porter has to kind of keep reining her in. Oh, something with Munchkin on it for Stacy. There you go. So you might want to think about something with Munchkin. I'm not a Munchkin, I'm a Bug, or something like that. Yeah, she does kind of steal the story. She does. And that was what I was trying to not let happen, is Bug stealing the story. To such a degree that if I wasn't careful, it was going to be a Bug story, and Porter was just kind of going to be like an extra in the back, you know? Yeah, but see, Porter is like the anchor. So Bug can be Bug because Porter is very solid. And, you know, all he wants to do is retire. So, and Bug is like, we don't need to retire. We need to go out and wreak havoc. And so it's they make a good team, you know? All right, so let's move on. Jasmine's not here, or Jeanette, I'm sorry, Jasmine is here. Jeanette's not here. Requiem, the audiobook is out. In case you haven't heard, Requiem is available. Those of you among them. So, I'm not sure what the next book should we do. I think we're going to do next year, but I think we should Divine Intervention.
That's what we decided.
Yeah, Divine Intervention is going to be the next, which is the next Mounting Strong. And that would be the next audiobook coming out, Divine Intervention, which is Mounting Strong 14. Nixie's going to wait a while for audiobook. Nixie's going to wait a while for audiobook because it's enormous. It's going to take a long time. And it's going to be crazy expensive because it goes by hours. So yeah, we're gonna wait for that one a little bit. But it's out in book form next year. You can get the whole series in one book. So Divine Intervention will be next. We're gonna wait because the holidays are coming up. When do we schedule Divine Intervention for? Early next year? Divine Intervention is early next year. If you see me looking off to the side, it's not that I'm speaking to myself looking off to the side. Dolly is right over here, off. Yeah, but you know, I want to make sure they don't think I'm just, you know, speaking to myself. Dolly's right over here. So do you want to move the screen a little bit?
Zoya's right over there.
And Zoya's over here. So hello, Davina, welcome. Good afternoon. The one Nixie paperback is beautiful. I don't know what that means, Stacy. Maybe you can clarify it for me.
Paperback that you printed.
Oh, the Nixie White paperback. It's awesome. Yeah. You can thank Dolly for that. Let's see, do we have it here? Is that Rule of the Council? That's Rule of the Council. No, the Nixie White paperback, I have it around here somewhere. It's in my library, but I also have copies somewhere. So, yeah, so unstable is not a negative, but in terms of wielding a certain amount of power that can get people killed, it's not good to be unstable. Yeah, there you go. It's all relative. Will I be setting up the show to also be a podcast? Which show? This show? I don't know if we could do that as a podcast. I think that requires a whole different kind of format, Chris, if we're going to make it a podcast. For that, I think I'd probably use StreamYard, which I do have. So we do have it. We have the possibility. Ted, take care. Thank you so much for visiting and being here with us. Thank you for reading all the books. That's something, a conversation we have to have, I think, having it as a podcast. I think it's a leap. It's a whole different level of broadcasting, what we do. I like this because it allows us to be nimble, but podcasting, we could probably do that later on, and we have to discuss it. Yeah. So, yeah, because there's more that goes into it as a podcast. I was speaking to Rob and Joan, and we could do it as a podcast, but we'll see. I kind of like this format. I like the fact that we could do it this way, and I also like the mobility it allows us, even though we haven't done it anywhere but here. We have the option of going elsewhere and doing it anywhere that has good audio and good Wi-Fi, actually. Yeah. I think it would still be a chat if it was a podcast. The thing with a podcast is that in order for podcasts to be, I guess, more interesting, they're very much in interview format. So you kind of have to have an interview. We can have I can speak with Dolly for an hour. And I gotta look like I don't think so. But what we could do is
it'll be more like 10 minutes me and 15 minutes you.
Yeah, 10 minutes her, 15 minutes me.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. So now what we could do is we could start having StreamYard episodes that are like that are interviews. Because what I wanted to do initially was start interviewing authors. So I did that with John. I had an interview with John Logsdon. And what I could start doing is showcasing authors, sort of like what Rob and Joan do. So we could start doing that maybe every few months. Have something like that where I can get an author and have them come on and have like a 15, 20, 30-minute interview with them as part of the show. And that way they don't feel pressure, because a long show, to be on a show for an hour and you're the only one on the show, a lot of authors are like, I don't think so, because it's a lot. But you can do chats, yeah. So it's a combination. We'd have to kind of rework it, but it's definitely possible to do both. To have what we have now, and also to have an interview. Because I like you guys to meet other authors. That'd be awesome. Okay, so Bullet Ballet is still being shredded. It's shredded until the 28th. I don't know. I made it longer, even though it's a short book, 32K, so it's a novella. I made it longer because we had Thanksgiving in the middle of the shred, and I wanted people to feel that they had enough time, the shredders, to have enough time to shred it and not feel pressure to get it done before Thanksgiving. So the 20th is when the art closes, and then it should be out, I want to say Monday, because there's not much all the notes, I already pretty much addressed them, and there aren't many notes in this one because there's been a lot of editing on it prior to even going to the art. So I'm looking, let's say Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So we'll see. And yeah, this chat is basically for us to hang out together. When you move into a podcast format, for me personally, it changes the show a bit into more like you're watching a show, you're not part of the show. And I like the fact that you guys are part of the show, which is why we wait till like 10, 11 people come on. You know, if it's a podcast, we just start. We don't wait for anyone. We just go. And so I like the aspect, the interactive aspect of the chat being part of the show. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, Davina. Listen, I always say your health and your family and the issues in your life always come before anything else. So when people can't shred, I'm always concerned, because in the sense of if you have something going on in your life, you should address that first. But there's always going to be another shred. So don't feel bad that you can't get to a particular shred. There's always going to be another book to shred. But, you know, I always also say, listen, take care of yourself, take care of your family, get your health, whatever it is preventing you from shredding, deal with that first, you know, and feel better. Yeah. And yeah, the longest shred was because we had Thanksgiving in the middle of it, and so I felt that it was better to give you guys more time. So, and what you could do when you have a shorter book but a longer shred is you can really enjoy the story. You don't feel time pressure. You can read it, and like Chris is saying, you can savor the shred, which is pretty good. We're gonna steal that, Chris. Savor the shred. Because you can take your time reading the story first. Because you guys, the people who shred in the art, I'll drop the book in the art, and like an hour or two later, they finish reading the book. And sometimes I'm talking it's a full novel, like 50, 60K. Like, I'm done. I just put this book here a little while ago. So when you have a longer shred time, you can read it and really enjoy it, savor it. And so that's really good. See, what is Wendy saying here? Right, you need help watching chats. The format here is vodcast. Right, so it's a little different. Yeah. If you find it cutting in and out a lot, it's something that we can't control. It happens. So yeah, I have a few more chapters, and then savor it, Wendy. Enjoy the shred. You know. So just take your time, do what you can. Don't forget that if you can't get to the actual shred, sometimes it's just easier to answer the questions. You have the option. Like, so a lot of people can't get to an actual shred, but they'll read the story and then they'll answer the questions. And that's just as helpful for the editing process, because sometimes there are insights in the questions that I'll get that I won't see in the actual notes, but are in the questions. So that helps a lot too. So we're looking at Monday for release, right before December, like at the beginning of December. And then what we do from there is we jump into Sepia's last book. So I'm having a little bit of hesitation or resistance because it's the last book, so it has to end really well. And it's been so long since the actual story. So I want to make sure that I kind of stay true to Sepia's journey. And that's going to be, so I'm going to take some time making sure that it comes out and it gives a nice ending, some closure to her series. But Sepia 5 will be the last book, and the last time I do a pentology, like just a pentology. At this point, Monty and Strong with the next book is 3 pentologies, but I mean, just a straight pentology. It's the last time I do a pentology like that. So Sepia will be the last book. That'll be coming. I'm going to be working on that throughout December. Figuring early next year, Sepia will be out. And so, and along with, concurrently with that, we're working on Stormblood, which is M&S 15. Can't believe we're up to 15 books. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. So I will definitely take my time to do her right, Chris. Yeah, that's my main concern, making sure that the character and the story doesn't feel rushed, and that every loose end, everything that feels that might be kind of out there, still not resolved, is resolved. That's the key with writing a series that long and wrapping it up, like closing it. Like Z was asking me today, when will Monty and Strong end? And I told her never, because I don't really see an end for Monty and Strong. And so it's interesting because I really don't. For Sepia, I see a definite end in terms of the books come to a conclusion. Same thing with, it was the same thing with Spiritual Warriors. The other series that are kind of out there still, they'll be ending. But Monty and Strong, I don't see an ending for it. And I read this one review, which I really don't usually read reviews, but someone was saying the series is getting a little long in the tooth. And I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea how many more books are planned. So if the person felt that the series was getting long in the tooth, wait till they get to like book. I already have 21 and there's like 30, almost 40 books. So what are they going to do when there's like 40 books? Oh, it's getting long in the tooth? Yeah, okay. So I don't know what to say to a person like that. You just go along for the ride. In terms of Monty and Strong, you enjoy the process and the ride of it. You know. You want to say something, man? You sure you don't want to come out and say hello and say hi?
Oh, that's totally random.
No, because I thought I heard you say something. All right. So how strong Monty's going to get? It's going to fluctuate. At some point, he's going to be really powerful, but we can't let him get so powerful that you have to start regularly fighting supreme beings or gods to make the story interesting. So it'll be interesting. Does it, Michael? Yeah, Michael Enderly has in his initial series, I think it's because he has a lot of offshoots that came from that one series. So he does have a lot of books in his main series. Yeah, he does, for sure. Good afternoon, Sharon. Yes, still at work. Oh, you're going to a quiz tonight. I don't know what that means, going to a quiz. Yeah. Headcanon, Anomaly, and Blackjacks is connected to M&S. Blackjacks is set so far in the future. I could connect it to the future Monty and Strong, but it's not really directly connected to Monty and Strong. Yes, and like you said, Audrey, Monty will run into serious roadblocks that will affect his power level because he has to stay within a certain power level, and he can't get to, like, let's say, Dex levels. So there are going to be things that set him back so that he has to deal with that. Welcome, Robert. So he's going to have to deal with diminishing power and Simon's increasing and diminishing power. It's this really weird tightrope. It's like walking the razor, you know? So you can't let him get too powerful because then you have this power creep. And so that means the enemies have to keep getting more and more and more powerful. And at some point he's fighting celestial beings. And you can't make him too weak because then everyone can beat him up and destroy them. So it's this weird kind of balance. Welcome, Cindy. So, don't know the way it goes. So it's this kind of weird balance that you have to do. When he asks what will happen to Peach's power, Peaches is getting stronger, right? But he's not necessarily getting stronger. What he's doing is maturing into what he is supposed to be. It's just that they kind of have to deal with what happens to Peaches as he gets older. But remember, he's a hellhound, so he can age. It can take a long time for him to mature. He's still a puppy. So that's going to be a long process in those terms. And don't forget, we can always have these interesting episodic moments, like let's say Sid pops in and takes Simon to a future moment of where everyone is like super powerful, Peaches is mature, Monty's a really old archmage, and so it could be moments like that kind of demonstrate to Simon this could happen, or this is where you guys kind of end up, and then Sid could take them right back to, you know, the normal time and be like, yeah, but that's gonna take a long time before you're there. So it's things like that. Things like that can be worked in. And we have all these other cameos, all these other stories. Night Warden has to kind of expand and kind of have to deal with what's happening with that sword with Gray. There's a lot that's going on behind the scenes there. And I got a few questions about when is Michigo coming back. I know you guys, this is a fan favorite, I understand. And so there are events happening that will bring people from all the kind of branches of the Monty and Strong world to face one large threat. So it's kind of very much like in an Avengers Endgame Infinity War kind of thing. So we'll see what happens with that, because that's also going to be like a big build-up, and then it kind of calms down, and then they have to go deal with other things again. I like Sid, and Sid eventually has his own kind of, in the designers, it has his own series. So I'm gonna need clones. That's what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna have to start teaching these children to start writing so they can write for me. Let's see. I can see Peaches blinking out with Monty when things get out of hand and sitting on him until his power comes out. Peaches is pretty strong. I don't know if he's that strong, but he's pretty strong. No, there's not gonna be any snaps, Cynthia. That's it's too easy to start snapping things. No blips. So it's gonna be like serious battles. One of the things that I always I don't want to say struggle with, but I kind of have to always make sure that I pay attention to is the epic final battles. Because I kind of want to make them long, but they also end up being short. And so I have to kind of find this midpoint where they're long enough so they don't feel like that's it. But also you don't want to drag out epic final battles to the point where it's okay, is it gonna end already or what? Like, are these guys gonna win or what? So, what does Ayrton say? It says putting up the Christmas tree. Oh, enjoy putting up your Christmas trees. A little early to put up Christmas trees, but I guess that's the nature of the holidays now. Once Thanksgiving passes, Christmas trees go up. Yeah. Wow, I've never met a cat, Chris, that enjoys taking a bath. So that's a very calm cat, for sure. All right, so let's see. I think I touched on almost all the notes. That's awesome. Fantastic. Huh?
Questions.
We're not quite there yet. We've got time for questions. But you know what? Let's touch on some of the questions. All right, we're going to go to the questions, guys. Because then what happens is we go to the questions and then we end up without enough time to answer all the questions. So going to questions. So I can't see the feed. All right, here we go. Are you ready for the questions? Are we ready for the questions?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Questions coming in. So the first question is from Craig El Dragon, who's not here. First question is, are there any of your characters / storylines that were created basically as a therapeutic device for trauma in your past? That's a really excellent question. Wow. Hello, Morna. I would have to say that most of my writing probably serves that purpose. I can't just say any specific character or storyline does that. I would say most of the writing serves the purpose of being a therapeutic device. My opinion is that most writers are, on some level or another, slightly insane. And so we deal with the insanity by creating stories and all these characters and then putting them out into the world. So I would have to say most of my writing deals with that. If you look at the writing, there's issues of family and there's issues of facing yourself and things like that. So I would say most, if not all of my writing deals with my past or growing up. So yeah. So all of it, Craig. Hope that answers your question. Thank you for your question. Next question, or next group of questions. Jeez. All right, here we go. From Audrey. Orlando, what was one TV show you couldn't miss when you were a kid? Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Batman, basically kind of the stuff that I grew up with. So there were a lot of shows that I couldn't miss when I was a kid. Unfortunately, my dad really liked TV, so he would watch TV with me. And when I got older, I was able to watch. So the Star Trek that I saw, I'm old enough to remember when Star Trek came on weekly, right? That's how old I am. But then as I got older, Star Trek went into syndication. And it would play every night on WPIX here in New York at 11 p.m. And so the original Star Trek, all the old episodes would come on every night at 11, and I would make sure I never missed a Star Trek episode. So things like that. Dolly has a question. What is the most interesting part for you of Orlando's writing career? Oh, I want to hear this.
The fact that there's always an evolution. His first books.
Come over here.
It's the thing in the day. His first books, if you read The Spiritual Warriors, there was a huge cast of characters, and
No,
his writing was
really?
different. Huge. and then he moved on to the other books, and his voice changed. And I think what's amazing about his ability to write is that he always takes on different types of writing, like, you know, writing in a noir genre,
Yeah, that was interesting.
the sci-fi space setting.
I don't know why I did that to myself. Yeah. Oh, Sheepdog.
Oh, Sheepdog.
Thriller.
Suspense thriller. That was
Yeah.
great. And yeah.
Makes it
I
fun.
think there's more. And, you know, he wants to do screenwriting also.
Working on it. So we can get the Netflix special. Get the Netflix original.
Right. So, you know, he doesn't stick to just one thing. He's very versatile, and he has a great thirst for learning. So that makes it really interesting to see.
Awesome. So that's Audrey's question for Dolly. Another question from Audrey. What book did you have the hardest time writing, and why? Wow. Yeah, I would say the first one was the hardest one. The Valkyrie kind of whispers the Spiritual Warriors. Spiritual Warriors was hard because it was the first one, the first official, like, really jumping into a book novel. And then I would have to say Night Warden, because Gray's character, I've always said it, you guys know, Gray's character is really dark. I mean, Porter is noirish, but Gray is dark. So it's a different type of character that requires a different headspace. So that's why Night Warden was hard. Yeah. If I have to equate what character I have the most affinity to, it would be Gray. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Wait, Audrey has another question.
Yeah, I'm going to
No,
Oh.
we can stay.
Oh.
So in dealing with personal issues, have you ever dealt with a person in your writing in an appropriate manner?
I don't understand the question. What do you mean, Audrey? What do you mean?
Like, if you had personal issues, basically, instead of taking it on the person.
Oh, no, I'm like very zen. I don't need to project those things into my writing. So, I'll deal with it with Dolly. Like, I'll talk it out with her, you know, because she's my wife, but she's also my best friend. So I can talk to. If I'm dealing with something like that, I don't let it bleed into the writing. But I've never had issues where I've had to work it out in writing. Past trauma issues are different things. So this stuff when I had when I was growing up. But current things, first of all, I don't really interact with many people in daily life that much. I'm pretty much a person, a homebody. But yeah, like things that happen to me personally, presently, I kind of resolve it really quick. If I need to really speak to someone, I'll speak to Dolly. So yeah. So, any other questions there?
Stacy?
Oh, okay.
How many pets do you have? Zoya, do you want more?
Okay, we have one pet, a white boxer named Winter. I do want to get a Cane Corso, but that'll have to happen when we have a much, much, much bigger space. Zoya, would you like more pets?
Yes.
Okay. Then, Zoya's question. Do you like to write?
Sometimes when the topic is really interesting and I have a lot to write about it.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Audrey, for those great questions and the follow-up questions, and Stacy for your question. Next questions. Chris Mendoza asks, if you could time travel to only one place in time, where would it be and why? Jeez, that's too hard because it's only one. If I could time travel, I want to pick several places and times, and if I had to pick one, I don't think I could do it. It'd be too hard. I'm gonna have to give that one a lot of thought. And maybe I'll introduce that into one of the designer's books. That'd be great. So yes, I'll get back to you on that one, Chris. That's a great question. Thank you. Next question from Chrisman 2. How many cups and size of Death Wish do you drink on an average workday? On an average workday, I drink one of these. Right? One? I drink one. But there have been days if I'm trying to hit deadlines, I'll ask Dolly to make me another one at night. And I'm pretty sure by now she knows if she's making me Death Wish at night, sleep is off the table.
15 ounces, the cup.
The cup is 15 ounces. So 15 to 16 ounces. So that's how much I drink a day. But it's like the whole day. But it's Death Wish, so it carries. Hello, Carrie, welcome. So it's 16 ounces a day of Death Wish. And I drink one of these a day. It's called a growler. This is actually a gallon of water. So it's awesome. So yes. Thank you. That was a great question. Chris asked, will peaches be available in the ZAZZLE store in time for Chrispeace? I'm going to refer you to our lead designer, Dolly, for that answer, because I don't know.
Likely not.
Likely not. Because remember, we still have the supply chain thing happening. And we got to find out, there's still a lot of background work that has to be done for those things. So now it's even harder now because things are in disarray with supplies. So it's a good chance it will not be in the ZAZZLE store for Chrispeace. And once things calm down, Dolly will do more research and see a way to get that so we can actually get it at a more affordable. Right now, if you were to get one of these things, it'd be way too expensive for a plushie. So. However,
for Christmas, we are.
No, you can't talk from off. Come over here.
However, for Christmas, we are doing autographed copies. Autographed copies. So if anyone wants that, let me know.
Okay. You heard it here first. Autographed copies of books. If you want one, please DM Dolly, and she'll work it out with you. The Library of Alexandria. I don't know what that means. Yeah, my new tongue today. I'd suggest time traveling to the TARDIS. Yes, because then I can just keep time traveling, Tammy. That'd be perfect. I'm glad that you asked the hard questions. I don't shy away from the hard questions. I don't mind them at all. And, you guys know that I'm more than willing to answer your questions. So, yeah. Stacey wants to know how many languages do you and Dolly speak and what are they? I speak English, Spanish, some Italian, some Portuguese. Most of the Romance languages I speak because they're all based in Latin and I studied Latin. Then some Japanese and some Korean. Dolly speaks like 15 languages. She's
Okay. All right. I am fluent in English, French, Creole, and Urdu, and intermediate in Russian, which I've lost a lot, and a teeny bit of Spanish.
She speaks a lot of Spanish. Everywhere she goes, when they see her, they try to speak. They start and it's a Spanish area. They immediately speak to her in Spanish. It's like she's like, So yeah, but yeah, the peaches update. Once we can find a way to supply it at an affordable price, to be honest with you, this peaches will outrun you right now with the process that we use about $40, which is I feel was expensive. So we want to get it down to a much more affordable, like in the 20s or even under 20, like $19.99 would be great. So we'll see. But we'll try to get it down as low as possible so that we can afford, everyone can have a peaches. Time travel to the Library of Alexandria. That would be awesome. And hopefully before it burns. That'd be great. Yes. Speak also several dialects of sarcasm. Yes, I do sarcasm light and sarcasm heavy. So I'm really good at that. Snarkasm. So yeah, I'm fluent in that. Oh, say hello in each language, Dolly. See, there you gotta say hello in each language.
Does he really expect me?
I don't think so. Yes, Stacy because Stacy's from down south, Louisiana. So she's the Creole that Dolly speaks.
I mean, I can. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, you want to say hello in every language? All right, so Dolly's gonna say hello in each language she knows.
So Creole, bonjour. French, bonjour. English, hello. What else?
Spanish.
Urdu, salam.
Spanish.
Russian, privyet. And Spanish,
Hola.
Why do you say Spanish, hola? It should be, and Spanish, hola. Come on, really?
I was going to say good morning.
Yes, Wendy, I am fluent in snark foo. That's like the way of the bug without the pain and the maiming. So it's a much calmer version of that kind of martial art. So yes, so there you go. Hello in a whole bunch of languages. I'm not fluent in that many, but the ones that I'm fluent in, and I'm also fluent in the language of violence. But I don't speak that one very often. Mm-hmm. So yeah. That should be a YouTube short, yes. I'm gonna have to use that one in a book. I'm fluent in the language of violence. That'll be good for Bug. Yeah. So if you have questions, this is the time to ask them, guys. Because we have, we got a little bit of time, which is good. Okay. Carrie, thank you so much for dropping in. I know the signal kind of cuts in and out, but thank you so much for popping in. Hope your writing is going well, and hope you're enjoying your PS5, Carrie. I say that enviously. Yes, Carrie has a PS5 she's enjoying.
Wow.
So, yes, guys, so if you have questions, this is the time to ask. The signal I know is cutting in and out. Again, that's something where we are and the way we're doing it, but yeah. Hello, Mary Letton. Welcome for coming in and joining us and watching. It's awesome. So how do you guys recover from Thanksgiving? Everybody okay? I didn't want to emphasize it too much because I know not everyone is in the U.S. So for those of you that are not in the U.S., what do you guys do when we celebrate Thanksgiving here? Is it just another day for you? Yeah, there's a lot of people online. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we have like such a big group today for considering that it's the day after Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here. It's awesome. I was considering if we should even do it today, but the reason I had the show today is because sometimes we just need a break from the holiday, and this is a good way for us to just hang out. Even if it's only for an hour, we can hang out and talk and just spend some time, and just talk and, as they say, shoot the breeze with each other. 5 on YouTube. Hello to the 5 people on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. It's amazing that you're here. Right. So do you guys have Black Friday? Is Black Friday now a worldwide phenomenon? Is it everywhere, Black Friday? I was discussing this with Dolly when, I think it was like a few days ago. So the kids are off from school on Wednesday now. So when I was growing up, we only had Thursday, maybe Friday. There were some years where we had Thursday off and we had to be in school on Friday. Now, the kids get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. And Saturday and Sunday, obviously. So it's like a 5-day week break for them. We only got Thursday off when I was growing up. It's crazy. Now they get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have to be in school on Friday, right after Thanksgiving. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, exactly. Wednesday with all the question marks. I was like, huh? Same thing. Why are they getting Wednesday off? What's the purpose of giving the Wednesday off? And Dolly's explaining to me, well, a lot of people, because of the holiday, they leave on Wednesday. A lot of people take off on Wednesdays. So they started making Wednesday part of the holiday. So, yeah, look, Cynthia you had the whole week off. I never got the whole week off. I got Thursday. And I was lucky to get Thursday. I have this vivid memory of back when I was younger, and I was a little kid in school, we had this great snowstorm. And so we got Thursday off. It was right on Thanksgiving. We got Thursday off, and there was a snowstorm, and every kid thought, okay, we're going to get Friday off because of the snow. And the schools were open. The teachers were there. We're like, what are you talking about? We had to go to school on that Friday, right after Thursday. Yeah. Oh, the internet shopping. Yeah, but I thought the internet shopping really created more Cyber Monday, which is this Monday coming, right? It's Cyber Monday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the internet really created more Cyber Monday. That's my opinion. I thought that they created more that online experience of Cyber Monday. So let's see. Yes, Yasmin, see, you only got Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Now it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Pretty soon it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Cynthia says spring break used to be after Easter, so people didn't have to. Right, I remember that. I remember spring break being right after Easter. Black Friday, I tend to hide in my house. I don't know. I don't ever recall going shopping on Black Friday. I think we avoided the madness, right?
It's too much madness.
Yeah, it was too crazy. We never even attempted it. Because once we realized, like, I used to see the videos of the insanity in the stores. So I was like, I'm not going to put myself into that position of...
Then you end up buying things you don't need.
Right, and then you return them.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, no.
And
Right, you end up getting stuff you don't want or stuff you don't need just because it's on sale. And so I've never ever done a Black Friday. So, and I don't think I ever will do a Black Friday. Cyber Monday,
yes.
We have capitalized on Cyber Mondays.
Not very much, but
yeah.
You know, when there's something that's really good.
Yeah, something really good, we have capitalized on a Cyber Monday.
And pre-planned purchases for Christmas.
Right. Oh yeah, that we do. We get
Which
Christmas
is good
stuff
on Cyber Monday.
On Cyber Monday, we get stuff for Christmas. That's what we do because it's just easier that way, and it's cheaper and it's better. Yeah.
Except we don't get it. Santa that brings the gifts.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
These kids are too savvy for that. The Santa brings the kids. Our kids, my kids are like, yeah, Santa. Sure. Right, Dad. So yeah, I've worked retail. I know. I never worked. See, when I was working retail, there was no such thing as Black Friday, but I know what sale days were like. Yeah, not fun, Stacy. Not fun at all. So I live in a small commuter rail ride to the MOA. Avoid like the plague. Don't have. Yeah, no thanks. Pass on all that. So Cynthia says, when you went to Black Friday just to see the decorations the elves put up overnight, but now they're up for weeks. Yeah, I mean, they're discussing Christmas stuff now, and we're still in Thanksgiving just passed. So, you have to work on Black Friday. Oof. You've worked on Black Fridays. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I got out of retail really early on in my life, but the few times that I was in retail, not fun. Not fun for those sale days, those holidays. Right, Black Friday, I would imagine Cyber Monday more than Black Friday would be more available to get Christmas stuff. But I can see Black Friday if you could find places that weren't slammed with mobs, you know? Oh wow, Paige, that is weird. So it's going back and forth from English to the Spanish moderador. So Chris is managing to be English moderator and Spanish moderador. Very nice, Chris. Oh, see, yeah. My mom, I don't know if my mom had us believe in Santa. I don't think so. I don't think she ever pushed the Santa on us.
We never really saw it.
Yeah. And you guys never really celebrated Christmas, right? So yeah. But yeah, my mom wasn't big on Santa, but she was big on getting us gifts. But it's like what I do with the kids now. We don't just wait for one day to do that kind of stuff. Like we'll get stuff for them regular basis, or if they really want something and we can fit it into what we want to get them, then we'll do that. Their birthdays, we'll get them things too. So yeah. Dolly's very big on making sure that they have memories. So it's really important for them to have memories. Because those are priceless. And so you grow up and you still remember those things. Gifts sometimes, but the memories are really important. So we create awesome birthdays for them and things like that. So they have great memories of their birthdays. Gifts, we don't make it a big deal of those things. Right? We never really made a big deal of getting them gifts. Yeah.
But we do.
But we do get them, but we just don't make it a big deal. We don't want them to get caught up in being materialistic. That's
Christmas,
what it is.
They're more excited about the scavenger hunt.
Oh, yeah. So Dolly every year has a scavenger hunt for Christmas. So she puts Post-its and notes and things all over the house. And they have to kind of go follow and trace and figure out clues. And that they look forward more to the actual scavenger hunt than to the gift that's going to be at the end of the scavenger hunt. They really look forward to like tracing down the clues and figure out where it is, where it's hidden, and deciphering the meanings of stuff. You're gonna have to get really clever this year because they're really savvy.
Running out of places.
Yeah, they really pick it up quick. So now it's going to get really hard. You're going to have to put things in books and things like that.
Don't say that.
You know?
Is there?
Okay. So,
Except
yeah.
It's not me doing that. It's Santa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. Can we not discuss the idea of not believing? Oh, hey, I don't want to, yeah. If you have to have the jolly red guy pass by your house, it's really important that, you know, parents don't let the little one see him when he passes by. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta, you know, there's certain things that you should let them believe into until they don't. That's you know. Yeah, you need an escape room. Hey, we never tried an escape room. We should try an escape room.
There's an escape room near Trader Joe's.
There's an escape room near Trader Joe's, I'm informed. Look at that.
I've always seen
Yeah, have you guys ever done this whole elf on a shelf thing? Can someone tell me what that means?
What is that?
The elf on the shelf thing? Because I've seen it every year and I've yet to figure it out.
It's proclaimed to watch you.
Yeah, so
at night. No,
yeah.
it's basically they put an elf on the shelf and it like encourages.
Guys, I'm in the middle of a show. We're gonna have this discussion. You gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Oh, another Valkyrie is coming to tell me.
No, I'm not
so
gonna
can I
talk-
explain
I'm
what
not
elf
gonna
on the
talk
shelf
camera.
is?
This is an inkling, a hypothesis.
A hypothesis.
Basically, they parents put elves on the shelves, like stuffed elves, to encourage their kids not to like be bad.
So to behave.
Like, because the elf is watching you and it's gonna report back to Santa.
So the elf on the shelf is like behavior police. Can you tell us that on screen?
No.
It's being requested that you share that on screen. Not everybody heard you off screen.
Okay. So basically, the elf on the shelf is parents put an elf on the shelf. Basically, sometimes it's stuffed, so it encourages their kids to be good and not just misbehave because they're gonna report back to Santa.
Oh, awesome. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that informative definition of what an elf on the shelf is. Excellent. So there was a big setup at your grandparents', a bell, the lights going on by magic. Yeah, some people really get into it. We were not really very big into it. So yeah. Jasmine says elf on the shelf is creepy. Yeah, I always found that it was a little creepy looking, elf on the shelf. So we never did elf on the shelf.
They have big.
Oh, I see. It's supposed to be Santa's spy on kids, and he gets moved around the house. So the older Valkyrie got it. So the elf is a snitch.
It's always.
You know what we said about snitches, right? Snitches get stitches. So, Chris. So basically, Jasmine breathing every day. Whoa, that's too much work. You have to keep shifting the elf around and the kids believe that the elf is watching them. Okay, yeah. Sounds like Big Brother indoctrination early on. Okay, I see. Interesting. I never knew where that tradition came from because I didn't grow up with elf on the shelf or anything like that. So it's interesting. Yeah. Always so savage. Anyway, so yeah, we got Tim. Oh, come on. This time just flies. Hello, Marsha. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for being here with us today. We have 10 minutes, apparently. Thank you, Chris, for the 10-minute reminder. Because if you leave me alone, as Dolly says, I could be talking here all day. No, really, when we have conversations between me and Dolly, do you know how they say women talk a lot? No, that's not always the case. I don't know because I'm a writer or, you know. But we'll have a conversation and I'll talk and Dolly will just let me talk and talk and talk. And then she'll be like, yeah, yeah. And then I'll be talking and talking and talking. So, yeah. So if Chris doesn't give me the 10-minute warning, we'll be here till like 2 o'clock still talking. So, yeah. So, guys. So next two books, which is Sepia Demon, which is the last book of the Sepia, and Stormblood. I'm going to write those concurrently. They're going to be being written at the same time. And they're going to come out around the same time, so early next year. Then, to give you an idea of what's happening next year, I'm gonna try and close out. Dolly and I need to create another list of all the kind of dangling little stories that are out there, like the Division and the Birth of the Assassin's Apprentice and all this other stuff that's out there that needs kind of closure. The little trilogies that need to be done. That you have 1 or 2 books, and then it's gonna be Gray Night Warden books and Mountain Strong books and Darken and more Mountain Strong. So next year's gonna be really heavy Mountain Strong with some Gray and Darken and maybe another Bullet Ballet. We'll see. I haven't thought about the second Bullet Ballet book. Would you guys want to see another Bullet Ballet book? Those of you that did the shred, let me know. Maybe I'll ask in the room once it's live, because I like the story. I definitely like Bug. So we'll see. Maybe we can fit another Bullet Ballet novella in there too. Mm-hmm. That would be fun. I think we could do that. Chris wants to know, is it hard writing 2 book stories at the same time? Yes. The reason being is that you have to switch gears. One of my role models in this was Isaac Asimov, who had, back in his day, Isaac Asimov would have several typewriters, because that's how you did it back then, with different stories at different parts. And when he would write one story, he'd get tired of that story, because you did kind of get tired of one story. He would go to another story, another typewriter, and continue that story. Then he'd go from that one to another one. And Asimov was incredibly prolific as an author. He wrote, I don't know, like 500 something books. And that's not to mention he was also a university professor. So he wrote a whole bunch of papers and short stories. And yeah, it's amazing. So he was an amazing, prolific author that I love to be able to emulate. Even now, I only have 15, I say only have 15 Mountain Strong books coming, right? Well, 14 currently, but there's a whole bunch of other books that are there that I look back on all the stuff that I've written to date, and it's quite a bit. So I want to be able to just keep expanding on that. But Asimov is a fantastic inspiration in terms of the writing. He was also brilliant as a person, as an instructor, as a professor. I mean, yeah. The fact that he was able to create these stories, it didn't just happen in a vacuum. He was very widely read too. So, yeah. Let's see. So yes, more Bullet Ballet. Yeah, I'm thinking more Bullet Ballet. I already have an idea that would be more Bug-centric. So that would be fun to have kind of Bug be the center of the story and kind of have her be featured even more. So I'm thinking that would be maybe the next story of Bullet Ballet. What does Bug's whole name mean? A Freybug. I'll just tell you to look up Freybug. 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 And when you look that up, you'll see what she transforms into. It's interesting because I wanted her to shift, because she's a shifter. She's, a shifter. But the opportunity never really presented itself in this story. It was amazing. So I never had her shift. She was too much fun as in her human form. But maybe in the Bug-centric, like Chris, Bug-centric story, I'll have her shift, because I could have something happen to Porter and then have Bug kind of go find him or rescue him or something. That would be a fun story. So yeah, she didn't need to shift. She's already dangerous as in her human form. So I'm not. So that's another thing of me kind of stretching. It's already enough that I was writing kind of a noir story. I've never written a shifter story. So even though she's a shifter, I have to kind of get into those stories a little bit more to kind of get into what it means to write a shifter story. So it's kind of more, it's stretching and growing, and like Dolly was saying, kind of taking on different things. So maybe in the next story, I'll have her shift, Make a Freybug part of her t-shirt. Yeah, that'd be fun. That's a great idea, Stacey. Yeah, because not many people know what a Freybug is. So, and it's this great mythology, this great mythos behind the Freybug. And if you like the Wild Hunt and things like that, you didn't understand the Freybug. Jasmine says Porter gets kidnapped and we get to see the rescue from Bug's perspective. That's what I was thinking, Jasmine, something like that. That would be a great idea, Jasmine. Sure. Davina says Bug should decide to break Saba out from wherever she is and start tracking any other surviving. That's also a good idea too, because most of the companions now are hiding because they were being eliminated. Oh, Wendy says you're setting a frame bug. I seriously hope not, Wendy. Yeah, a lot of people, when I looked up, because I didn't want to do the typical werewolf or, whatever kind of creature that everybody's done. So, typical me, I'm going to pick something difficult that many people, that's kind of obscure. So therefore, I pick a fray bug. And if you look it up, fray bug, I don't want to go into it because I don't want to deprive you of the fun of searching it up. You look up fray bug, you get into the mythos of it. It's really a lot of fun. It's really interesting, and it's somewhat obscure. Not many people know what fray bugs are. So, and then when I saw fray bug, I said, man, the perfect name would be calling her Bug, because it's just it's very much along the line of Peaches. You don't think Peaches is a hellhound until you actually read the story. So, yeah. Yes, no fire breathing, but you don't want a fire breathing fray bug, Wendy. That would make your life seriously interesting. Yeah, so that's the story of Bug's name and why she's called Bug. And I wanted some people to not be able to call her Bug, and they called her by her formal name, Fraybug. So it's like you saw Ian would call her Fraybug, Walter Corman would call her Fraybug. Hey, how'd you guys like the Corman quotes? Those things were a pain to come up with. Oh my God,
they're so good.
Thank you. They were a pain to come up with the Corman on combat.
How did you do that? Did you channel your inner sensei?
Yeah, I was thinking about, there's a lot of martial arts quotes that everyone knows, and so I was trying to pick up a twist on the old martial arts quotes. So but even though there's a lot of them, you can't twist them all into. I had to give Corman a new twist on them. So, let's see. Oh, Marsha says she loves the reference to M&S. Yes. A lot of you are saying that Montaguan is a great new word. So, yes. The Corman quotes are fun, but they were really... So what I would do is I just wrote a whole bunch of quotes. If you look at my phone, I have a whole section of quotes for Corman. I just wrote quotes as they came to me, and then I would use them for the right chapters that they needed to. So if you look at the quote, it applies usually to the chapter that it's heading. So things like that. Yeah, it's a version of the Black Dog or a Grimm, for sure. Yes, Paige. It's just a little bit of a twist, and it's from Norfolk. Yeah, it is from Norfolk. It's kind of English based. Yes, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun finding. Look at it. It's like I was discussing with Ziller, Jim, who's not here today, and Chris also knows this, and he's experienced this. A lot of the stuff that goes into a story in a book requires a lot of research, bless you, that you will not see as a reader unless you'll understand that, wow, the writer must have done his homework, but you won't ever see it in the actual story. But there's a lot of background work that has to happen to make certain things come across as authentic. Fraybug was one of them. And even though you never really saw a lot of the background work, it's still there's a lot of reading that goes into it. Like I had to read articles on that just to kind of get the idea of what it was. And you live near Black Shucks. Oh yeah, Black Shucks is another one. Yes. So there's stuff that, like when I was doing the blackjacks, and I had to start thinking about the fusion reaction process and faster than light speed, or even for sheepdog. Yeah, Craig helped me a lot. And I know we were discussing, there was this one thread about what would your search engine, what search results would you have that would have the authorities at your house? And I said sheepdog because I had to do a lot of research for sheepdog, that if someone were to look up that search history, they said this guy's a killer, a serial killer, or a terrorist of some sort, because it's just this weird, like how does C4 explode, and how do you make it explode in a certain way, and all these, how do these different weapons, how do they work? And it was crazy. What did Dolly say? I saw her type something. What did she type?
The way you do it, see.
Yes. Right. See, here's the thing. I tried, and Dolly made a good point. I'm trying not to make it come across as an info dump. When I first started writing, I was infamous for info dumps. All right, so as you start writing, you start learning, and I'm still learning, obviously. You start realizing you cannot just drop a whole bunch of information. You got to weave it into the story. That takes practice. That's the only way you can do it. It just takes a lot of practice. So yeah. I Google a lot of characters I'm not familiar with. I mean, all the research. Yeah, there's a lot, Marsha. There's a lot of research that goes into the books, and not only those, like the location. So there was I got an email from a writer. It's like, do you have to do a lot of world building for your books? I say, New York City is kind of a character unto itself. I don't have to do a lot of world building, but what I do have to do is, if I want to put a part of the story in a certain area, I know New York really well. But what I like to do is I like to go into the history of New York. So if you guys, when you read Bullet Ballet, you'll hear stuff about the old Croton Aqueduct. I had to read pages and pages on the old Croton Aqueduct, which was an actual aqueduct that ran from upstate New York all the way into New York City to what is now Bryant Park, which was where the reservoir was. And it ran under the city for 41 miles, these underground tunnels that carried clean water to the city, because New York City used to be known as a cesspool because it didn't have clean water. And there's a lot of history there. And so, and these tunnels still exist, and you can take a walk all the way from upstate New York all the way to the center of New York City through these tunnels and through these paths. But you got to do a lot of research for that. It's amazing. So yeah. Chris, that's interesting. Hey, Darren, welcome. Welcome, Darren. I didn't see you coming in. Yeah, you saw the Unisphere during the Macy's parade and had to explain that you blew it up. Yeah. There was some explosion in Bullet Ballet. I'm sorry. But it was contained to one area. I won't say too much. All right, so we got to close it up soon. Oh, we got to close it up now. Jasmine, thank you so much for being here. And I want to wish you all a great post-Thanksgiving. And remember that every day is Thanksgiving for us. That's why I put that post out. Every day for us is Thanksgiving. So your attitude of gratitude is important. Be thankful for every single day you get to wake up. It's an important thing. And now, before we close, I have my official closer. She's usually in school, so she's going to close it out. This is a special treat for us because these are like cameos. So,
bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.
What episode are we on?
Episode 61.
Of what?
Mob TV.
Mob TV what?
Coffee Clutch.
Awesome. So yes, I know it's a holiday and Christmas has let it run on, but let's stick to our format so it's not too long. And I want to thank you all for being here. I know it's a holiday, and so most of our usual crew of 20-something is not going to be here. But those of you that made it today, thank you so much for being here today and hanging out and sharing a cup of coffee with us, some great conversation, some great company. I want you all to have a great, great weekend. Try not to eat. I know you still have food from yesterday if you celebrate it, so try not to eat too much. And above all, okay, be uncommon. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody. Say bye.
Bye.
Dolly, say bye.
Bye.
Ava, say bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, guys.